Let's start with a true legend of failure, New Coke. In 1985, the Coca-Cola Company made a monumental decision to change its nearly century-old secret formula. Why? Believe it or not, Pepsi was gaining ground in taste tests. So New Coke was born, sweeter and supposedly preferred in blind tests. The public outcry, however, was immediate and ferocious. People didn't just dislike New Coke, they felt betrayed. Hoarding of original Coke began, and the company was flooded with angry calls and letters. Within a mere 79 days, Coca-Cola waved the white flag and brought back the original formula, rebranded as Coca-Cola Classic. New Coke limped on for a few more years, but never recovered. It became a textbook example of, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Sometimes progress tastes an awful lot like regret. Remember the excitement of getting your photos developed? Kodak tried to make it even easier in 1982 with their disc film. Instead of a roll, the film was arranged on a flat disc, housed in a plastic cartridge. The cameras were slim, pocketable, and super easy to load. The problem? The negatives on the disc were tiny. This resulted in grainy, often blurry photos if you tried to enlarge them to standard print sizes. Despite massive marketing, the poor image quality couldn't be ignored. While the cameras sold well initially due to convenience, the film format itself was a dud and was eventually discontinued in 1999. Kodak disc film, proving that sometimes convenience comes at the very fuzzy, very grainy price of your memories. In the late 80s, with smoking already facing increased scrutiny, Reynolds Tobacco Company launched Premier cigarettes, marketed as a cleaner smokeless cigarette. The technology was complex. A small carbon tip heated a tobacco-like capsule, releasing an aerosol rather than smoke. Users complained it was difficult to light, had a bizarre, often unpleasant taste and smell. One critic famously said it tasted like fecal matter. After spending hundreds of millions on development, Premier was quickly extinguished from the market within a year. Premier cigarettes, so advanced, they forgot to make them smokable. The future of smoking apparently smelled terrible. What's the weirdest commercial you remember for a product that just didn't work? Imagine this. It's 1982, and James Bond himself is sporting a watch that can receive television broadcasts. The Seiko TV Watch was pure 80s sci-fi made real. To actually watch TV, you needed to connect it to a Walkman-sized receiver you'd clip to your belt, plus a bulky headset antenna. It was an incredible feat of miniaturization for its time, but practicality was another story. The screen was minuscule, battery life was short, and the price tag was a hefty $409. It was more of a very expensive, somewhat cumbersome novelty than a truly useful device. The Seiko TV Watch, for when you absolutely had to watch a grainy postage stamp-sized soap opera on your wrist and didn't mind looking like you were trying to contact outer space. In 1987, Fisher-Price, known for its durable kids' toys, ventured into a new market with the PXL 2000. It was a camcorder marketed to children, promising them the ability to make their own movies. The truly unique part was that it recorded black and white video and audio onto standard audio cassette tapes. While the idea of a kid-friendly camcorder was appealing, the video quality was, to put it mildly, very basic. It was often blurry, with a distinct ghostly aesthetic. The PXL 2000, making home movies look like eerie surveillance footage from another dimension, all on your dad's old Bon Jovi tapes. Long before Google Glass or VR headsets became common buzzwords, a company called Reflection Technology was pioneering wearable displays in the late 1980s. Their flagship product was the Private Eye display, a miniature display that created the illusion of a full-sized monitor floating in space. It was groundbreaking tech, but the world and supporting applications just weren't quite ready for it. The private eye, giving you a tiny glimpse of the future, one slightly headache-inducing red-on-black display at a time. What's an invention you remember that felt ahead of its time but just didn't work? Few cars are as instantly recognizable as the DeLorean car. Brainchild of former GM exec John DeLorean, it launched in 1981 with immense hype. Marketed as an ethical sports car, it was built in Northern Ireland. However, the dream quickly soured. The car was criticized for being underpowered for its price, had build quality issues, and the stainless steel panels were famously difficult to paint. The company faced severe financial troubles, and John DeLorean himself was arrested in a highly publicized drug trafficking sting in 1982, an attempt to save his failing company. While a commercial disaster in its time, its starring role in Back to the Future cemented its place in pop culture history. In the early 80s, home computers were booming, and Atari was a huge name. To enhance its 8-bit computer line, Atari released the Atari Touch tablet in 1983. This was a graphics tablet that allowed users to draw directly onto the computer screen using a special stylus. It was a neat concept, but it wasn't a massive commercial success. It was perhaps a bit ahead of its time for the home market and faced competition from joysticks and light pens, which were more geared towards gaming, Atari's main strength. The Atari Touch tablet, letting you draw like Picasso if Picasso only had 16 colors and was really patient with early 80s processing speeds. And there you have it, 10 titans of technological turmoil from the 1980s. It just goes to show that for every brilliant success, there are a dozen ideas that seemed better on the drawing board. Which of these 80s fails do you remember? Or did we miss one that you think deserves a spot on the list of legendary flops? Let us know in the comments below. We love hearing your memories.